Now it's time for a beautiful sweet treat. I'm gonna take two things that I love, the great American whoopie pie, and then good old English carrot cake. Let's splice it together with love and care. And this recipe is great. You can put it together pretty quickly, and then you can have them in the fridge or the freezer, waiting for a rainy day when you want something delicious. You can cook it in the oven and do all of them at once, or even better, nice and quick, cook them to order in an air fryer. So it's a really nice little recipe. So let's kick it off. 85 grams of unsalted butter goes into a pan, just a little pan. Put it on a low heat. I don't want to get it hot, I just want to melt the butter. I'm gonna put a little pinch of salt in there. So I get that butter melting, then we're gonna go in with a beautiful little condiment. You can get it in all the supermarkets. And this is the ginger in syrup. Really, really amazing. Whether you're doing beautiful sweets or savory dishes, I love it. A tablespoon of the syrup goes in. And then we're gonna take just a couple of these little chunks, about 100 grams. So take 2 or 3 of those. That's gonna give you the most amazing, sweet, warming, spicy flavor. I really, really love using this. Cut it up, they're kind of quite nice and chewy. So just finely chop these. So we'll whack that into a bowl, there like that. And then we're gonna go in with 200 grams of self-raising flour. We'll add a nice pinch of salt to season the flour. Then we'll go in with 1 medium-sized egg, free range of course, nice and fresh, goes in. We're gonna go in with some spice now. A nice little level teaspoon of cinnamon, which I love. I'm gonna go in with 100 grams of golden caster sugar. Then I'm gonna go for ground cardamom that you can get in the supermarket, just like half a teaspoon, like that. It's really fragrant. And then next up, I'm gonna go for some orange zest. Orange zest is so good. If you just use this fine side here, that'll give you just the orange part that's really fragrant and oily and delicious. The white part is bitter, we don't want that. And you only need like half an orange, and it really does make a difference. So it might not look like much, but this will make all the difference. Then it's time for the carrots. So 200 grams of carrots, give them a wash and a peel, and then go back to this fine side and do nice little long strokes. 200 grams. That's gonna make these incredible carrot cake whoopie pies like really moist, really delicious, and of course in here is beautiful sweetness as well. You can swap out carrots for things like beetroot, which is purple, and absolutely delicious, and also really good with things like chocolate. So in we go with the carrot. Amazing. Right, next up, some nuts. You can actually use whatever nuts you like, hazelnuts. You could try walnuts, that'd be really nice. I'm using some pistachios because I love the flavor and the color. So just run your knife through the nuts like that, or just pound them up and crack them in a pestle and mortar. So normally I'd use a bigger knife for this, but I'm committed to it and I don't want to do any more washing up. So I'm going with the flow here. And even though this is a sweet treat, this might be the only way I can get carrots into my son River, who of all my kids is being a bit stubborn on the veggies. So, you know, any tactic. So let's take the pistachios, in we go. Look at those colors. Okay, last but not least is a little security blanket of bicarbonate of soda, right? This is just gonna give a little extra lift. Just half a teaspoon of this is gonna be beautiful. It works a treat. So let's have a little mix up with the butter and just move the bowl around and bring it together. You want to make sure it's kind of moist but firm, and you can kind of get your hands wet and just roll them into little balls. If you wanted to do one big cake in a mold, you absolutely can, and it will work beautifully, but we want to do nice little whoopie pies. Okay, so tray with a little bit of greaseproof paper. Get yourself a couple of spoons. We want to take a golf ball size piece of the whoopie pie. We want roughly like 12 to 14, just laid out across like that. So just divide these onto the greaseproof paper. So last but not least, So there you go, that is gonna be our beautiful carrot cake whoopie pies. If you wanted to put these in the fridge, you can keep them for a couple of days, cook them in little batches, they'll firm up, they're really easy to cook. It's gonna take 12 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius, which is 325 Fahrenheit. And whether that's in a conventional oven or the air fryer, it's exactly the same. Now, also, you can freeze it and you can have it in there for months, right? And when you wanna cook them in batches, you just cook them a little bit longer, 15 minutes, but still at 170. So these are gonna go in the fridge now, and then I'm gonna show you how to make the filling. Time to make the filling for the carrot cake whoopie pie. I'm gonna use 100 grams of white chocolate. So that is officially that much, 6 little cubes. So I'm just gonna crack this into a bowl. It's sitting over like a centimetre of water that's simmering. So chocolate is very delicate. You don't want to split it. Just break it up, get that melting. So let that chocolate slowly melt. So you can see it starting to melt already. Keep it moving. I want to add some more flavour. So white chocolate and the other half of the orange zest, again on the fine side. So the orange zest will give it a nice bit of flavour. It's nice and fresh, but I also love the flavour that you get from the cream cheese as well. So here we've got 160 grams of cream cheese that goes in. The white chocolate has melted, and then I'm gonna just get all of that orange zest here, pop that in. So just mix it up. So look, you can see that's nicely mixed up now. So all I do is just pop this in the fridge, and that will firm up. And then what we can do is cook those whoopie pies and stuff them with that. Brilliant. While that's chilling, how about giving us a little bit of love? Click the like button and even subscribe. Oh, and remember to turn on that notification bell so you know what's happening. Now, back to the recipe. Right, let's cook some of these. So, let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of a conventional oven versus an air fryer. Obviously, if we're going to use the air fryer, you can only really get 4 to 6 in there. So that's what we're going to do. But the upside is you don't have to preheat it, which is cool. What you can do actually is give it a little spritz with olive oil. It's already non-stick, but just to be triple sure. So we're going to cook 4 now. But the great thing is you can go in cold and you can knock out these beautiful, fresh, fluffy whoopie pies really quickly. It depends on your setup, right? If you want to do a whole batch, then obviously that's going to go in the oven, then you need to preheat it. They're both, however, going to cook at 170 degrees Celsius, which is 325 Fahrenheit. So this goes in. So let's fire that up. So they can cook for 12 minutes. I've got some that I've cooked before, which are absolutely lovely. It's always nice to let them cool down before you stuff them. So let's get a little spoon and turn them into lovely whoopie pies. Play around with the flavorings, use vanilla, lemon, orange, and you can mix it up. Let's do the last one, come on. Really, really nice. Now what you can do is you can change up the fillings. So you can go from orange zest to lemon zest, you can use vanilla, you can use dark chocolate, white chocolate, you can ripple them if you want to. But that, my friends, is a thing of beauty. So come on, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Carrot cake, whoopie pie, a thing of joy. All I've got to do now is try one. It's not a cookie and it's not a cake, but it's somewhere in the middle. So there you go, lovely people. Carrot cake, whoopie pie, really, really delicious. It's soft. It's got the most amazing spices in there. Give it a go, you won't regret it. If you want the recipe, simply go to jamielover.com and enjoy. Take care. Yum, so good.